You know, if you're a gym bro, chances are if you go to the gym after New Year or during New Year, chances are your gym is probably crowded with a lot of New Year, new me people, and that's gonna be frustrating sometimes because you cannot use the gym equipment, and you got these skinny or fat people who who are taking over the whole gym space, and then the next day they're just gone. And those are the type of people who fail with their resolutions. These people here, they set goals because they're only motivated to change during the new year. They see they see this setting resolutions as a norm, and of course it works. They stick to working on those goals or those resolutions, but they're just only motivated, and so they fell off and they go back to their normal self. And that is because they haven't changed their identity yet. They haven't gone through the things that they need to ingrain their resolutions or fully commit to that. And let's talk about motivation, identity change, and evolution. So the three things that I've mentioned earlier, they're very crucial if you really want to change, especially that if you want to make 2026 or this year your peak year, your new start, fresh start, improvement, and whatever things that you want to achieve. So most of us, we write resolutions and say these resolutions because we get motivated to change. It's good that you're motivated to change, but we get many ideas to chase whatever goals that we want to chase during the new year. We work toward it, but then we fall off. And that is because of inconsistency. That's because we rely on motivation rather than discipline and obsession. And also, your identity hasn't changed just yet. So you stick to your goals, you stick to your work in the first few days after setting those resolutions, and then you just fall off. That's because your identity has not changed. I was this type of person last year, especially that I want to start a YouTube channel, I want to make money, I want to work on social media, but I've just never started. I've worked on like a video and then editing, then I fell off because I was not consistent and I only relied on motivation. And I also had a lot of distractions that I didn't cut off back then. And those distractions pulled me back to where I started. The truth is, we want to change and evolve, but changing and evolution towards in relation to self-improvement, it only occurs through breaking down, going through our lowest, suffering or accepting the hardships that we have to go through and then overcoming them. And sometimes we have no choice but to actually change our identity, change the way we live, change the way we approach towards things, just like me. The reason why I started this YouTube channel was because obviously I want to make money. I want to become a YouTuber. That was always been my dream, but I was never able to commit to that resolve or goal because I was just not committed to it at all. I just relied on motivation. Of course, I posted videos every day, but then I just fall off and played Roblox every day again. I only started because I've met this girl online and she seemed very worth it, to be honest, and I really wanted to meet her. So I started this YouTube channel so I can make money and meet her. Although we only lasted like a month, although it was cringe, I started my YouTube channel, and since she's no longer here anymore, I'm just doing this for myself, to make money, to be free, and of course to help you out, to teach what I've always wanted to teach or talk to you about. See, change occurs when you actually have to change, or when the conditions of your life tell you that you're forced to change because you can no longer accept the way that you want to live. And so you begin to work on the things that you always wanted to work on. You start doing the things that help you become a better version of yourself, such as cutting off distractions that pull you back to your first identity, because your identity matters a lot if you really want to chase something. Your identity changes when you are trying to chase or achieve something, because there's a lot of pain and suffering that you have to go through it. And most of the times, you also have to accept, yeah, guys, you actually have to accept the hardships that are gonna come to you when you actually want to improve yourself. Because most of the time, people just don't accept that they're gonna have to suffer when you write these resolutions down. And if you really want to commit to it, you really have to accept that you have to suffer, because it's not easy at all. You have to accept that you're going to be suffering. You're going to be making a lot of mistakes towards this journey of making this year your peak. And when you accept that these hardships are going to come no matter what, you're going to be making a lot of mistakes. I just realized that consistency is much easier now rather than falling off, because I started this YouTube channel when I wanted to see her. Although I was just being delusional. I began to become a YouTuber not because I wanted to like get with her, but because I wanted to make money for myself. I wanted to grow a YouTube channel, and I wanted to actually teach people. Now I've ingrained my identity as a YouTuber, and I've been consistent, and I've been doing things as a YouTuber, recording videos like this and editing them even when I don't feel like it, or even during the busiest days where I just record like 10 minutes a day and then edit it. Consistency is much easier after you've accepted that you're gonna be facing the hardships anyway. So yeah, to sum it up, if you really want to be consistent, you have to accept that you're gonna be suffering through a lot if you really want to make it your peak, because it's not gonna be easy if you're gonna chase these goals or if you're gonna work towards them. So you really have to accept that hardships are gonna come no matter what. So if you really want to make it your year for 2026, you have to take it seriously, man. If you're setting goals, if you're setting resolutions, you have to commit yourself to it, and you should never give up. You gotta keep pushing through every mistake you make, everything that's gonna come to you that will pull you down. You have to keep pushing through, because if you don't, you're just gonna fall back like the rest of the people who set New Year resolutions, and then they fall back, they become inconsistent, and they revert back to their old selves. So take it seriously. You need the grit, the perseverance to push through the hard things that's gonna be coming towards you. Yeah, don't rely on motivation. You have to rely on consistency, and you have to set aside intensity as well if you really want to be consistent. So start small, don't be intense. If you really, like, for example, if you want to start a YouTube channel and you just can't, and if you've been falling off, just start maybe 10 minutes of recording a YouTube video per week and posting a week. Then that's what I've been doing, and I've been consistent with my posting videos now. And in this journey, you're gonna be making a lot of mistakes, and you're gonna be going through a lot of lows. So don't beat yourself up from it if you make mistakes, because mistakes are part of the process, guys. Making this year your year, you're gonna be going through a lot of lows, you're gonna be making a lot of mistakes, and it's best that you should learn from them, because they're gonna guide you toward becoming the better version of yourself, like you've promised to this year. You said that you want to become a better version of yourself, a better you than the year 2025 or the previous years. So learn from your mistakes, learn from your actions. Don't beat yourself up about it. Don't beat yourself up from it, because if you do, chances are you're gonna fall off once again if you beat yourself up about it. And most importantly, accept the difficulties that you got to get through. I mentioned that again because you're going to be facing trials and tribulations for you to change, for your identity to evolve. So, through consistency, through effort, and the willingness to push through to your resolutions and your goals, I promise you that you're gonna make it just with these three: consistency, effort, and the willingness to push through to achieve those goals. And of course, facing the difficulties that comes in the way. He's just done making noise. So anyways, if you really want to be on this journey, I'm only 16 years old and I really want to teach and grow this YouTube channel, the lessons that I've learned, and I want to document my life. I want to share my experiences that comes along the way, and let me be humble. I still do not know everything, and through all the mistakes, through all the hard times that I've been through, they're still small compared to what's coming from me maybe when I'm 17, 18, 19, 20, and when I'm an adult, I'll probably face through a lot of them. But in the end, I still do not know everything. Of course, as a 16-year-old, I'll be making risky actions, bad decisions, and many mistakes. So it's for me to learn from them and to grow as a better person. So believe in me, guys. Invest in me. Subscribe and like. It helps out a lot. And I'll be posting more lessons from what I've learned in life along the way. Peace out, guys.